那老师他说等一下他的PowerPoint 在这里，他站在哪里报告？他说如果他站在，
他可以从这边分享。
我知道，
对
但是他说是如果他站在这边是没有看到的镜头里面。
他要转一下。
那没关系，放着，等一下他们就。
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Rico is on the Teams call with Philip. So they're together and
Okay.
Can you mark them present?
Oh, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Anyway. Hello.
You hear me, guys? You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
有声音，那这样应该接下来就是等他们上线。
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's someone else there. Some pay.
Okay. The other side is having the problem, now, so we just wait for that side. No, they're trying to see. No, we have to finish. She said here. So USB, okay? So, but from there, or you want to try? And there next.
他们报告的时候。
No. Okay, so you have USB.
那你有用过 Teams Share 的话？
有，我上次有 share 有上，但是问题是等下他们报告我不知道。我的 USB 怎么比较差呢？
这边。我们
有没有看到有什么声音进来？但是这是学对，但是我
这个吗？对，这个是学生的。
那可以
有。Yeah, no, food and drinks. Okay. Yeah. You want the USB back? Do you want?
No, it's okay. Like I can put it there and then I will take it.
Okay.
OK， 看看可以。
no.
这个同学的 USA，
对，我打给他，我看。
还有些什么自己收集。
OK，我觉得没问题。是他们直接报告吗？
他说 I'm trying now, but it's hard to explain. And I will pay attention if they are getting in that. So I think you can start because we don't want to make everybody wait.
No,
Okay, let's.
sorry.
Use the microphone so that we can see the sound.
Yeah. You start.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria. I'm here today with Sandra and Melissa to present food and drinks in Taiwan and in our countries. For introduction, we're going to talk about breakfast, lunch, and dinner first in Taiwan, and then we will do the comparison with our countries, and then we have a smart part for drinks in Taiwan as well. Okay, so for my part, I will introduce the breakfast. For example, in the whole world, breakfast is a really important thing. So here in Taiwan, they also have a saying that breakfast is not just a meal, it's a lifestyle, and it's still also a part, like a big part in the culture. And they have incredible diversity here in Taiwan for breakfast. They have so many options. And the tradition, you can start with any kind of traditional Taiwanese breakfast, and you can also move on to the Western influenced meals here. And some of the most popular ones are on the screen here, as you can see. For example, we have youtiao and doujiang, which is doujiang is like a soy milk. You can have it cold, you can have it hot as a drink, but you can also have it as a food, like a savory one. And usually they have the soy milk with youtiao, which is a crispy deep fried dough stick. So it's like a combo here and really traditional. And we also have the dumpling, which is thin egg pancake with a filling. It's usually crispy on the outside and really soft on the inside, and you can have it with different fillings. You can have it with meat, vegetables, fish, whatever you like. And then we also have Bantuan, which is like a go-to meal, just go-to crab meal. You can find it in like many street vendors here in Taiwan during the mornings. And it's a sticky rice roll with a filling, and usually they have it with pork floss or vegetables. And you can also add the youtiao inside of it. So it's like really classical Taiwanese breakfast bowl. And the difference here, like usually you get the breakfast things from a breakfast shop or a street vendor or even like a convenience store. And the places are open from like start of 1 a.m. until like 12 or 1 p.m. even. So you can get it like almost all the day, just not during lunch and dinner. And the main words for the breakfast here is fast and convenient. You can just go and get it, grab it, have it when you arrive at school or when you go to your workplace. But compared to my country, Estonia, we usually eat at home. We have homemade meals. We don't go somewhere to eat breakfast because it will be really expensive. and also it will take a lot of time. But we usually have porridge, for example. It will be sweet. It will not be savory like they have here. We have it with jam or fruit. Also, we have the normal cereal with milk. We have sandwich. Though our sandwich is also different because here they have like many layers of bread in the sandwich, but we have like only one layer of bread and then some kind of toppings on top. And more like popular ones in Estonia to have is the black bread as a sandwich starter or the bottom layer, and then you have it with like butter or ham or cheese or whatever you want. And also we have a sweet snack. The name is polka. It's a sweet curd in a chocolate glazure. And we also have pancakes, which are really different from the American ones and also the Japanese ones. They are like quite thin. And if you went to the study fair here and you had the German ones, it's kind of like that. And we have it sweet and we also have it savory. So you can have it with jam or you can have it also with meat or sour cream. Everything is possible for that.
Compared to the flavor, which country has stronger flavor?
For pancake,
Yeah. Always.
it's different. Like I think the texture is the difference. Yeah, the taste is kind of similar. It will be sweet. It's with milk, eggs, flour. So yeah, the taste will be quite the same. But yeah, for example, Americans have like quite big one. No, Japanese have quite thick ones. Americans, I think, as well.
But in
But
Europe,
for yeah,
pancakes is a very big debate. Like, because some say it's French, some say it's
yeah.
from Belgium, some say it's from.
But
Oh,
in
yeah.
French, they have like crepes, yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
really thin. We don't have that thin, yeah. So, but yeah, the biggest differences would be the location. So Estonian food, you eat at home, you get at home, whereas the Taiwanese one, you do it, you get it as you go somewhere, you eat it in that location. And the variety as well, Taiwanese food is really, you have options everywhere and a lot of options as well. Whereas in Estonia, you just stick to the staple food. And we tend to use dairy as our ingredient a lot, so milk, oat milk, stuff like that. But for Taiwanese, they rather use soy milk in their food. And we also like to have coffee in the mornings, but here you can have tea, what we will also be talking about later on.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the lunchtime in Taiwan. It's different also from Spain because Taiwan is more quicker and more practical than in Spain. Here they go to street markets or they take a lunch box to eat at home. So I'm going to talk the most common ones in Taiwan. The Taiwanese bento, that is rice with meat, can be pork, beef, or chicken. And you can add vegetables or tofu, and it's inspired of Japanese bento. The next one is really famous, the beef noodle soup. I hope, it's really known. Maybe you try it. Then the dumplings they can be made of meat or vegetables and also served with soy sauce. And then the lu rou fan, that is a bowl of rice, and in the top is a rice pork, and also served like with soy sauce. Then I'm going to talk about the Spanish lunchtime. In Spain, we take a lot of time if we go to a restaurant to have lunch, like maybe 2 hours. And I'm going to talk about the most typical ones. The first one is paella, that is original from Valencia, and you can have it like of seafood, of vegetables, or just mix it. And it's really typical because we add saffron, and that's why it's like yellow. Then we have cocido madrileño, that is from my hometown. It's especially for winter, and you can eat it like in 3 courses. First the soup, then the chickpea stew with the vegetables, and then the meat. Also, we have pavada asturiana, that is from the north, from Asturias. That is like as beans stew, but the beans are more large and bigger, and they are like white. and they are called faves. And we add chorizo, that is like kind of sausages, and also it's for winter. And then we have lentils with chorizo, that is with potato, carrot, and the sausages. And then we have salmorejo or gazpacho, that is a full soup, and can be like salmorejo if it's more creamy and within top ham or egg, that is this one. And the other one is gazpacho, that is more liquid, and you can have cucumber, onion, or garlic on top. And it's also, this one is from my hometown. Croquetas, that it's really known because it's fried and inside with bechamel, and you can add chicken or ham. And you can have it like, you go to a restaurant, you can have it like a tapa, like a snack with the drink. And then tortilla, that if you went to the event and maybe you try it, it's an omelette with egg, potato, and onions, that you can also have it like a snack. And the last one is bocadillo calamares, that is also from my hometown. That is fried squid rings, with, you can add lemon or garlic mayonnaise.
So now I will talk about the differences between dinners in Taiwan and in Belgium. In Taiwan, people tend to go out to eat because it's more convenient and much quicker, and also much cheaper compared to Belgium. In Belgium, eating out is typically at restaurants and they're very expensive. So in Belgium, they tend to cook at home, and if you see a plate, it would be a starch, a vegetable, and a type of meat. So in Taiwan, when people cook at home, it's most of the time just serve different dishes that they share in the middle of the table. It's formed around rice or noodles, and they just all share different dishes, but you would have not just one plate of vegetables, but just different kinds. The ones that go out to eat typically go to specific restaurants, so like a hot pot place, or they would go to the night market. So a hot pot is called a foguo. So it's a place where you can just cook meats, seafood, vegetables, any type of broth. It can be a seafood broth, a pork broth, or just a spicy broth. They also tend to use a lot of fermented ingredients, so fermented vegetables, fermented tofu, fermented tofu. And they also use a lot of spices that typically in Belgium we don't necessarily use quite a lot, like chili, garlic, and herbs especially. So when they go out and eat at night markets, these are the typical dishes that you can find anywhere. So the most popular one that Westerners don't like is tofu. It's tofu that's cooked in a savory broth for a very long time, and it even seems fermented, and that gives off the smell that Europeans do not like. You have chongyongping, so these are pancakes, scallion pancakes. They're made with flour, water, and scallions. You can stuff them with eggs, cheese, and meats. And lastly, you have kai zai jian, which is a oyster egg. So obviously, it's made with oysters and eggs, and you can eat it with a sweet and spicy sauce on top of it. So in Belgium, like I said, people tend to eat dishes that are actually cooked with alcohol because
Just a moment, sorry.
Belgium is very known for their beers. So the first one is stoofvlees, or carbonate flamande in French. It's beef that is braised in a beer sauce, a dark beer sauce. The most iconic one is moules frites. It's mussels that are served with fries next to them, and it's typically cooked with wine, garlic, and herbs. We also have vol au vent, which is shredded chicken and mushrooms cooked in a white sauce. Then waterzoi is something that not a lot of people know because it's specifically to a city, but it's very popular. And it's a broth that's either made with fish or chicken, and there are vegetables that are added as well. And the last one is boulettes liégeoises. Those are typical from a province, Liège. and it's meatballs cooked in the same thing as tofu-based in a braised sauce made with beer. And these are typically all served with fries or mashed potatoes.
And then we are going to talk about the drinks. First, the teas in Taiwan. You will know like the bubble tea is a typical one. You have it like it's a milk tea with tea pearls, tapioca pearls inside, and you can have it in many flavors. Then we have the oolong tea that is semi-fermented tea, and it's with a floral and roasted flavor, and you can have it in convenience stores also like cold. And then we have Sun Lake black tea that is slightly sweet, and then the green tea that you can also have it in convenience store like at cold, the cold one. And then the winter melon tea that is known that doesn't have tea.
From somewhere else.
Okay. And you can have it in summer also.
Okay. And for the alcohol, Taiwan is known for their hard liquor. For example, we have Kalalan, and we also have the Chinman. And the Jinmen Island is closest to China. So if you have time, for sure go and see because I know my friends went there when I was here last time, and they said that when you get the chance to stay with the locals, they will offer you like a large variety of that drink. So you have more options to get it there than to get it here, I'm sure.
And even though we have priorities, all kinds that is still others. Yeah.
Almost right here. Yes, please. And for the beer, we have Taiwanese beer, which is the most popular one. This one?
Yeah.
And we also discussed with our group, if you feel like you want to disagree, just let us know. The variety of flavors they have for ciders here is a lot clearer than we have in Europe, for example. They have quite cool flavors for ciders, for example, like ice cream and peach bingsu and so on. I think.
Okay, drinks.
Go on.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the alcohols in Spain. Like some of them, these are like especially like for lunchtime. Like for example, this one is really similar to milk tea.
Even red wine is during the lunchtime.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This one is horchata. It's made of tiger nut that is called tufa, and it's with water and sugar, and you can also add cinnamon.
Sorry.
Then we have sangria that is really refreshing, and it's with wine, liquor, and fruits. And it's different from tinto because this one is more light, but tinto is made from wine and sparkling water or lemon. Then we have the wines that are really typical from the north that you can have it in a meal, like the Rioja or Albariño, that are really good. And then we have cider that is really typical also from the north. It's a apple drink, like fermented, and you need to pour it to aerate it to have it. And then we have cava that is like for celebration. It's like similar to sparkling champagne.
So in Belgium, alcohol culture is very present. We are very known for our breweries, our beers especially. They go from pale beers, blonde to dark to very strong beers, and they have like here a few examples: Chimay, Hoegaarden, Serracqua, Monchoux, so Orval, Duvel. And the drinking culture is slightly different. Younger generations would go to parties to drink, but they don't necessarily drink beers. The only beers that they would drink are pretty beers, like the Hoegaarden. They're made with lemons or with raspberries. The youngsters would generally drink at parties, like we said, and they would drink liquors mixed with juice. However, the beers are typically drunk on Sundays because on Sundays, Belgians have a free day, so they would go to a cafe, a pub, just to all hang out. That's something that older people do. So from lunch to early to late afternoon, they would just hang out at cafes and drink beers. So in conclusion, the food cultures in Taiwan, Estonia, Spain, and Belgium are very different. And I would say that the food is very adapted to how people tend to eat over time and what they prefer, what they can find around. It's something, the cuisine is in Taiwan is very quick, diverse, and convenient, while in Europe it's more about cooking at home because it's cheaper. And it's also, and I would say that each country has its own distinct culinary experience that's shaped by their lifestyle and their culture. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. I believe the other side they will have some questions, so take a seat. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. So let's look back to the screen. And then we finally can say hi to some of our Korean friends. Yeah. So can you all show up? Dr. Kim? Okay, we cannot hear them. Oh, okay. Some people, they are. Are you able to turn on the screen to see your face? 如果从那个有办法吗？是他们的问题吗？
是他们的问题，他们有讲话，这边有
有讲话也。从这里吗？
有声音。他刚刚有讲话，有听到，现在。
Please take a look. They have the sorry, we cannot hear you. Any one of you are using Teams on your cell phone or no? So maybe from here to speak out is possible, but to hear or to listen is not easy. Because we like to say hi first, okay, to all of them. And later on, we are hoping that Dr. Kim can also. Oh, okay, good.
It's always results.
那举手都要讲。
我觉得现在是他们的问题，不是我
嗯，可是那边
有。没有，这边的有声音吗？不是，这边不是有声音，是我们的声音吗？
但是要他们的声音才。
我在这边是听到老师的声音。
Okay, while we are waiting, I would like to hear some of your feedback.
我先跟他们讲，我们有
Okay, yeah, we can hear a little bit of your sound. We can hear you. Hi. So this is Dr. Kim, okay, from Stanford University. Hello. Can you say hi? Yeah, you all wave, say hi, please. Everyone say hi. It's the first day, I have this way all the time, so just be patient. 他旁边那个是他们开的。Yeah, we simply cannot hear.
학생들이 안 보이잖아. 이게 문제예요. 그러면 나랑 하자마 이게 안
Any of you speak Korean? So Dr. Kim, can you hear us? Okay, and here is, the others of, also submit the file that you prepared for today's discussion. We have
Yes, please.
Okay, because since I got some student online with me. And so I would like to check, from the previous introduction, including Belgium, Estonia, and Spain, and Taiwan's food. Do you have any questions or comments? Because you are in Taiwan already, and I know that you experience Taiwan breakfast almost every day, or maybe you skip breakfast, but just breakfast.
Just go to 7-Eleven.
Pardon?
Just go to 7-Eleven.
Only 7-Eleven. Wow, poor guy. Did you try the more traditional? Well, like what they have introduced, youtiao.
Ah, yeah,
Have you tried that?
that's disgusting.
You don't like it? Okay. Yeah, but it's our traditional food. And we usually eat that way. When you have youtiao, you just think with some soy milk, and then we eat it. And then what about doujiang? Anyone tried doujiang before? How do you like it? If it's pure doujiang, it will be wonderful. The bean. And then a lot of them sell in the blender, and maybe there's more water rather than the bean milk inside. Okay. So it happens that way because of the cost. And what about fan tuan? What about that one? Fan tuan. Have you tried this before? This is called fan tuan. Used to be very cheap, like 100 years ago, maybe just $15, $80, and right now, yeah, it's like 50 or 60, yeah, for one. But if you get one, then it will be full for lunch. And then dumpling maybe is something that you eat mostly if you do try some traditional Taiwan breakfast. And then sandwich, I think is Western style, but we eat a lot of mantou, right? Mantou, and also 肉包. Okay. And can you go back to the drink part?
Drink?
Yeah, the drinks. I think it's interesting to have the red wine for lunch.
Yeah.
Any of you in your country the same? Maybe some of the side dish or some drink will be accompanied with your meal, and there will be some red wine. Or some kind of juice together with some red wine inside. So only in Spain. Because Spain has a lot of grapes, and so you produce very good red wine. Yeah, that makes sense. And then for Estonia, maybe beer is popular, right? And it's almost a necessity for people's dinner. Is that right? Or only for the afternoon relaxed drink? Or in Belgium? In Belgium, sorry, my husband.
I would say that it's something that people drink when they go out. Inside, it's not something that they tend, or at least I know that my family does not necessarily drink that for dinner, but when we have people over in the afternoon, we would present the beer.
Okay. But if in Japan's drama, yeah, beer is necessity, yeah, after work.
I think it's in northern here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so we didn't get that, but the person goes home, they will go back here.
Yeah. But they will also drink at home, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they buy the can and then they
Yeah.
drink home. But I myself prefer the European beer. Yeah. But during the summertime, I like Japan's beer because it's fresh. And I think because of the weather too. But in the West, I think European beer, they are stronger and then they have more of the flavor inside. So I like that a lot. And we have imports, many, from Lithuania and also Germany. And I'm not sure about Estonia. No. I wonder what kind of flavor you have. Okay, and go back to the previous page, talk about the food in Estonia. Yeah, here. Because during the time you were doing the introduction, I was busy, looking at this situation here, but and they still have some students online. Okay, so that's very good. So can you introduce one more time so that they can hear your part? Yeah, yeah, you can use the microphone. So the students, they can hear you. And speak slowly, please. Yeah, later we will accidentally hear you. Yes, we are online.
Okay. So we have the European pancake, the
Yeah.
Northern European pancake.
So that the screen, camera can see you.
Wait.
And then you can look at, what about this side? Oh, okay. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the normal sandwiches with one bread and the toppings. For example, butter and cheese and ham or fish. We also love to do it with black bread. And we have cereal with milk. We have porridge, which is sweet with jam or fruits. And we have gohka, which is just a sweet curd in chocolate coloring. And you can have it in different flavors as well. And then we have the pancake, which is kind of a thin one, but not as thin as crepes.
Okay, so I hope some of you here are clearly about the short introduction about this case, talking about the dishes they have, during the day, or maybe some of them are in the breakfast time. Okay, and it seems that you are ready to share. So can you try to make the sound so that we can know that you will be ready to share? So Dr. Kim? Can you hear? No. Is there anything? Is there anything? So can you try? Legasse. Yeah, yeah. No, maybe.你可以在这里是说，你会是他们可以这边的拿词汇，然后这个Questo poi sono vestiti non sta più. Sono setti, sono tre. Sì, che va bene. E poi ci sono quando abbiamo fatto io. Sono. No, non prendo. Lì è così. Chissà che no, c'è una discussione. Anzi, lì è un po' bello.
Let's see what you think.
有吗？有这个。
Let's see what you think. Let's see what you think.
这边看的刚在弄49分，
还是对方的。I think they are trying to get one of the device to be workable.
What?
I use this 10 minutes to take a break. We will try to connect this.
All right.
Who said, all right? Still really fun.
Oh,
他们是全部都是这个吗？你的颜色都是
那老师，
他们全部都是是因为没有书法。
还有一个在里面。
The Lori Dan，
金手，
看一下老师有没有说。如果他们要用那个要用 Teams，他们要用那个全部都一万。这个是 Teams，但是现在是三个。不会讲自己。That Teams you see online, right? Can you hear us?
他会回你的 email，还有
very strange.那他们可以上访啊，对不对？他们可以上访，那为什么这样讲？
我觉得是他们那边的线的问题，就像我们上礼拜一样，比如说，因为上礼拜没有开那个上课模式，所以他没有有开，但是老师没有用这个，没有收到声音，可能他们那边也是这样的。
这个是正确的连线，是第三，所以 this we are fine。
是他们那边的问题。
好，先打中吧，打到再开始。有没有听到别人在？你不要讲。I think they get off the line. See yourself.
看你了。
Okay, so we get back to our discussion right now. As we mentioned, today our topic is about food, and then food is something that we encounter every day. So I believe you have a lot to say about food, and you can also share the food that you miss the most at the moment, since you are far away from home. And then some of you, even people in Taiwan, they experience the different flavor or the sound or the taste of food. And so it will be also interesting if you want to share, if you live in the center Taiwan, and then what do you like the most, the food nearby. And then if you are from the south, maybe you will feel some difference between the south and also the central Taiwan. And so aside from sharing all the differences in the different regions in Taiwan, I also hope to hear some of you share about the food that you have in your own country or in your region or in your city. All right. So I think you can rely on some previous slides that our students have shared, and then you can go from there. All right. Make some comparison, and then of course I can give you 2 minutes to discuss and to decide what topic you will be saying. But I want you also to share the photos, okay, that you can share with us. As I mentioned, while the other groups are making the presentation, I'm expecting some of you also prepared some slides, maybe in 5 minutes, and each of you can, briefly share what you have about food and drink. Yeah, this very good start because it's the easy part. So can we start from here? Do you prepare your PowerPoint? No? No? Any of you prepare your PowerPoint?
Why? PowerPoint report.
Yeah, for the topic today.
But it's just an presentation.
Yeah, your presentation, but the other group will be do the sharing and prepare the slides. Yeah,
Every week.
yeah, every week. Yeah, for the topic.
We can make.
Okay, yeah. Just briefly go through, okay, some slides and some sharing, but not formally introduction. And so for the following week, it's also the same. And aside from today's presentation, I hope each of you in your group make another recording, okay, of your presentation again. And then you can use try to borrow some quiet area. And you do the recording with the screen and also with your face in the screen. Do you know how to make that? make your own presentation and with the video and show your face and as well as sharing the screen. And if you need help, then we can make arrangement for someone to teach you how to make that. You can easy to make that kind of presentation through your cell phone. Okay, so can we start from this side? Do you have something to share with us about the food and drink? Can you share from Teams?
但这次的因为那个是因为我们这次没有招募，但是我们上次还是基本上用这个招工。
没有，那有他要上传，那找
我就是个平时而已。这个我都是平常。第二次也挺多。因为手上找不是看这个资讯啊，然后那边的台湾的那个宣讲，那我有了。
Yeah, because for the group discussion and presentation, of course, I will share the video, but it will be even better, to have the recording of your slide together with your another presentation. And you talk to the screen with your face on it, and then we make 20 minutes recording as a report. Yeah, later I will say it. Okay, so let's hear what we have from last time. And then share about Taiwan, right?
Yeah, because I'm from Taiwan. 刚刚已经开了，你怎么爱的人？Because I'm from Taiwan, so I was there. I'm from Danzhe and my friends from Salu. And Danzhe, the famous food is egg, age, and fish flakes. And because in the north of Taipei, it was southeast, and in the middle of Taiwan, it's more spicy, maybe. Yeah, and in the Shalu, there's a famous yeah, meatball. Meatball. And there's meatball. It's the famous local Dongqiong chili sauce. And in the south of Taiwan, it was sweet.
Yeah, in the south of Taiwan, food are always sweet. Everything is sweet. Yeah, even the Central Night yeah, milk tea, bubble tea. In the south, it's double sugar compared to Taichung. Yeah. So if you try there, even though you say half sugar is still too much. Yeah, but for people in South, they are used to it. And even the soy sauce is very sweet, right?
Yeah.
Any of you from Thailand? You? No? Hong Kong. Okay. Yeah. What about the food in Hong Kong? I think they speak louder. You have a lot of small dishes. And your 炒饭 is also very different. You can share just one that you think the most remarkable or the one that you miss the most.
The dim sum is the
Can you come to the front and point to which one you are referring to? Over there? Hello, over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this one. Okay.
this dim sum.
Dim sum.
Dim sum is the category of the food, and inside there you may see buns or maybe some like shumai. That is some kind of dumpling, but not really a dumpling.
Have you ever visited this kind of restaurant? Guangdong? No? It's very famous, especially in some of the traditional Chinese restaurants. Yeah, they provide some side dishes like that. And then they have char siu, right? And also they have 那个叫什么? What is this? 烧麦. Yeah, they have 烧麦.
Is something is a dumpling.
Dumpling.
Yeah, this kind of dumpling and then put some meat inside, but not actually dumpling.
Okay.
It's kind of, and then there are different buns, squeeze or sour. You can find different kind of
Okay. Yeah, if you visit some cha canteen, okay, some of the tea house, they will have a small cart. They are pushing around the restaurant, and then they introduce those kind of side dishes to all the customers. And if you like to eat any of them, just take one on your table. Okay, and so yeah, each of them they are just small portion. And it's very good for a group of people like 3 to 5, even 10. And then they can share with each other. Okay, so this is very, very famous in Hong Kong. And actually, xiaolongbao from Shanghai, but it was famous in Hong Kong as well, right? Some of the xiaolongbao, Thank you very much. And then, are you ready? Can you upload your file? Sure. You join, please. Cannot get in. And so you just use line and here and yes, I know I'm going to like But yeah, have a somebody and I don't agree with this. It's not one of this. You're like more that is you have to get the usual this one but it's not that you want to read which is it's not Yeah, please let it open, so. Yes, wonderful. Here's the results. And someone we don't know, everything is fixed again. Everyone can get advice, very successful.
Okay, maybe you turn off the microphone.
I can do this. So we can try from this side. Okay, microphone. Right, can you?
So orange food that we can eat in meals. We have choose 5 food that is I think the most eating and is from special part of the France. So you have the lotus the from Bretagne in France. Well, also the cassoulet in South French is a dish that made with wine beans, sausage, and beef confit. Well, also the ratatouille is a Provençal dish made with some red Mediterranean vegetable. The quiche Lorraine, it's a savory that filled with bacon, egg, and cream. The Dutch plates, some real pretzel made with potato, bacon, onion, and Russian cheese. And to conclude, the copa that is a specialty of course. It's a dry red pork sugar porket with a rich aromatic flavor. But we are also the most famous that we have in France, like the croissant, baguette, this guy will and to conclude.
Thank you. That one looks, this one. Can you explain more?
This one is famous by the tourists, but it's not really it's in France. It's like a dish with snail.
Yeah. Any one of you have eaten snail before?
No.
No. Yes. Actually, maybe in some places, they are very nice fish, right? And here in our indigenous tribe, they also cook snails. There is a different kind of flavor and different kind of cooking. And what about the one here? Kowabi?
Curcuma is like just a dish with chicken and
So they use a lot of turkey.
And they put the wine in the
Okay,
wine.
okay, they put wine. And
So also baguette and present with is more personally more for the breakfast. And baguette, I think we eat at every dinner at 10 minutes.
okay. Do you feel very differently the croissant here and from your hometown?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference mostly?
The meat, I think, is not the same as France.
Uh-huh.
The
It's so
bread.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bread is not.
Yeah, the bread in Taiwan are too sweet. Yeah, every time when we have the snack box, and there seems to be a variety of choice. But when you take one and then the others seems to be the same. That's what I feel. I don't know how you feel. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And your group, you have some to share, please? Can you also link to the team? What is it doing? I didn't know. Are you able to get in? So for you, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so first, for food and drinks for friends, we have chosen croissant, the same as the previous one.
Yeah, but the shape is different, right?
Yeah, it's not like the same shape. And research was bourguignon beef, so it's like beef with like vegetables and yeah, it's cooked on the oven and with sauce.
So do you miss any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And what about the other?
It should also the dry sausage and the wine, because the wine is like a symbol, like a symbol of France.
Okay.
I mean,
Do you try any of the one in Taiwan?
in Taiwan, no, I've never.
You
No,
haven't
sure.
tried, okay. Yeah, even when you went to, if you go to Carrefour, you know, there's a lot of, a bunch of options of red wine. Yeah, many of them are also for French.
Where is it in Taiwan? No.
No, usually imports, yeah, from your country or the other countries.
And the last one is the ratatouille. It's only like vegetable, so a few vegetable inside, just a mix of vegetable. Yeah, and that's it.
So do you have the opportunity to cook some of the homemade food?
No, because we don't have a chef. No. Like we said about the culture shock, we don't have kitchen in the apartment.
Not even the small oven or,
Maybe a fridge, but it's useless.
okay. Only fridge and microwave, I think, right?
Not even a microwave.
Yeah, we really are.
Wow, so you didn't get the chance to really cook.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we should try to find one day, you know, we borrow the kitchen from school. And then you can prepare all the ingredients and we just cook all kinds of food.
We made crepe days ago.
Oh, yeah, during the festival. Yeah, but it's still a small one, right? Yeah, we haven't tried the real food that you eat at home.
Yes, it is.
Well, we will see. Yeah, because in our food and nutrition department and tourism departments, they share one kitchen.
Oh.
Now the big one. And they usually have the teachers or the cook from outside, and then they teach our students how to do it professionally. Yeah, so it's available, but I know they have a lot of restrictions. But if we can follow well, and then they should be able to follow us. Yeah, and then we can have a very good time sharing the dishes together. It will be a lot of fun. Okay, but you will stay until we have the Dragon Boat Festival in June. In June, Dragon Boat Festival. And then we used to have a team, but it's nothing to do with the food. But there's an activity hosted by the Chinese Language Education Center. And maybe we can try and see if we can join. You have one on your side? Yeah, can you try to use Teams? Okay. It's here, right? Because it's yours. Thank you.
不是他的，
不是他的，
但是
但
他的 team 也不能用，他说他不是我们班的一个。
Or do you have or you want to share the slide from the website? Okay, 还有 slide.
给我们什么给他？我卖了。
Yeah, after his discussion, then I will share with you the Dragon Boat and the pictures. Because if you are going home by the end of June, then you are able to join.
We're leaving in the beginning of June. So
Beginning of June. Let me see.
我也差点，不是卖，不应该。
Oh, it's on May 31st. So maybe.
And it's on school?
Pardon?
It's on the campus or?
Outside the campus because there's a river. Yeah, on the river. Later I will share. Okay. Microphone here. Over there.
I'm from Malaysia, so it's the three most iconic food in Malaysia. The first one is nasi lemak. There's a coconut rice, and we will eat with the fried chicken or.
Stand this way so that people.
Okay. And the second one is we call roti canai. Is like a pancake from Indian. Yeah. And the third one is pak puteh. It's like a herbal soup. We cook with some herbal and the pork. Yeah, the pork meat. Yeah, this is the most iconic food in Malaysia.
When you look at the picture, do you feel like to try? Yeah, I think so, because it always look attractive and tasty. And so in this, the gradients are from pork, right? And then the middle one is more like the Indian foods, the cake, the pancake, yeah. And that one is very close to Taiwan style, but with the different flavors, especially sour. 会酸酸的吗？
No, it's like coconut.
Oh, like yeah, because it's coconut rice, yeah. But the dressing, looks very nice. Do you cook your Malaysian food at home? No, not opportunity. Okay. 我来 share 一下那个扬州。不用出去哦，要 start recording。
我看自己大学一个。哎，我们说，这里老师大学这个老师那个新学生。
悉尼大学，It's a moment. Okay. Every year, 你可以 share 到那个 Teams，share 到 Teams，用那个 We are in the third.
其实各县市几乎都会举办自己的龙舟赛，几乎所有的地方都有啊，这个是很厉害。那我们要找到河道啊，或者是溪，或者是海，每一个地方不一样。那每一队的龙舟队就会去寻找他们觉得比较适合或者是喜欢的地方。看刚刚这个选手们上船之后呢，就由工作人员把船给推到相对应的水道上去。那在台北国际龙舟邀请赛的话呢，是选手们上船要自己滑到水道的起跑点。好，准备要出发了。现在进行的是国际组的比赛第1轮。在我们看到画面上比较领先的是第4水道的中国医药大学国际龙舟队。中国医药大学国际龙舟队的团员们呢，来自的国家真的挺多的，他们有巴基斯坦、印尼、德国，还有索马利亚，有12个国家，真的很多国家，真的是一个小型联合国。第1水道呢是建国运修国际龙舟队，现在看起来是第1水道的建国运修国际龙这一队领先的幅度比较大哦，领先了大约有1个船身。而彰化离岸风电队以及静宜双陆队跟中国医药大学龙舟队则是紧追在后，分别是2、3、4名哦。
They need to get used to the water. And then the person in the front is to pour out the plate. Then when the plate is poured out, then so like that.
好，建国运修国际龙已经顺利夺标了，在这一个人次的比赛中得到了第1名。
Okay, so this is round 1. Okay.
好，
这是家里的。
Alors, comme la piscine.
可怕的，
So
我
this
有点
is
危。
one
我
two.
跟着你讲，应该是先从头，就是第一讲第二讲，先就要最后的第9讲的左讲跟右讲要先第一。
Okay. Okay, so this is round two. And every time by chance, you will not necessarily enter all the six times. Okay, the third tunnel, but this time we are in the fourth tunnel. Because every time the reverse flow is different.
算是第2轮的比赛，还是相当的拼搏啊。我们来看，现在领先的是第2水道建国运修国际楼，他们在第1轮呢是第1名的成绩，现在看起来也是领先，一样是一个传声。这也真的是两轮的比赛的实力还是一样的坚强哦，因为他们一样是甩开对手1个传声之多。换到第2水道也是一样的。第2水道的建国运修国际龙舟队这一队呢，现在目前是领先了其他对手，还蛮多的，领先了1个传声这么多。但是第2名还是要继续拼搏的。第2名呢，目测现在是第1水道的彰化林岸风电队，他们在第1轮的时候是第2名，所以看起来好像还是维持一样的成绩。准备夺标。建国运修国际龙夺标成功，恭喜得到了今年的总冠军。接下来要夺标的是，几乎同时间，彰化离岸风电队和静宜双陆队几乎是同时间。那么第3水道的中国医药大学龙舟队是在第4名。社头国中蓝队。
And then we went to the round 3.
动它就是用身上的一些肌肉啊，去，而且真的小孩子蛮多的。它有一个藤蔓，然后会结。
快点来。
慢讲嘛。
看都很像我们的。Okay, that's the end. Okay, yeah, it's not very easy to find because altogether it's 6 hours long. And then we are in the team for 3 times. And then at the end, we got the 3rd place. And 3rd place, I think the award is 20 or 30,000 NT dollars. So it will be shared with the team. And so the team members, each of them will get a little. But still, it's a very interesting activities. And this year, our festival takes place in May 31st. Okay, every year it will be different because we count our festivals based on our lunar calendar. And therefore, in May 5th of the lunar calendar, it will be our festival. Okay. 进到那个 不要关那个。So let's go back to our list.
教你的张吗？ 我没有在那个 class，
没有意思。
天空还是那个，还是你别有你的什么？
可以吗？很好记的156零数的东西。All right, based on our calendar, you will know that today we talk about food and drink. And then, of course, we have one group, they do that. And then it will be necessary, okay, for all of you when after you make the presentation one time, and then you go back and do the recording again, and then send it to Teams, your recording file to not to Teams, to Wall Class. It's easier. And then we can save as your reports. Okay, so that will be the full report. And so each of you, like when you do the presentation next week, and after you make the presentation and we share with our partners in Korea, fortunately today it was not very successful, but we will see what's the problem they have. Maybe they want to change into Zoom because they seem to be more comfortable using Zoom instead of Teams. But we will see. And then after your presentation in the class, when you go back, you try to make a video of your presentation again. And three of you will be working together one more time and make 20 minutes recording. And then save it as a file and then upload to our one class, our Tron class. All right? Yeah. And then if you have difficulties of making the film, let me know. Okay, we can make arrangement for even reserve a room for you and then borrow some equipment for you. And then it's just 30 minutes and then you can be done with your homework. All right, so you can make appointment with me. And it can be 2 weeks later, not necessarily the following week. And just be sure all the recording must be made by the end of May, okay, before the end of May. And so you can complete all of your midterm. And therefore, even though we say there's a midterm over here, we don't have midterm at all, okay, if you go through them. Because we will having all the presentation following, and that's how we can end our class early. But by the end of those classes, then I will send you all the links for the videos regarding those topics. But if you want to be here, and then I can also introduce, those issues, including the temples, introduction of all Taiwan temples and its culture, and also tea culture in Taiwan. Today, you just share a little bit about the drinks, but actually tea is a lot of lesson to learn. Okay, so it's an art, and so we will be talking about the tea in Taiwan. And also indigenous people, because we will be sharing some of the ideas or maybe some of the culture during the time when we have the group trip. But there will be something you need to know about the different background of those different ethnics. And so we will have the chance to do those kind of sharing before you go home, I hope. And then coming back to here, because we will be visiting the tribes in between, okay, the ninth class to the 9th week and the 10th week. We will have the 2-day trip on April 18 to 19. Okay, so make sure you sign up and also do the, how do we say that? The pre-test, the questionnaire, because the school right now, because they support us of the trip mostly. And therefore, we need to turn in your understanding before you go. And after the visits, then there will be one more time. And it's only like 1 minute survey. So please do that when you have time. Okay, it's very easy. Just fill out. And I still want to know because we are still needing 2 more people to join us in the group. So if you have your friends, from different countries, then please let us know if they will be willing to join us, for the trip. Then we will be set for that. Right now, we still have 2 seats for some of you. Okay, and next week, aside from the food and drink, and I think our group who talks about place and history will also be doing the presentation next week. All right? Yeah, because I sent you a line, and can you take a look at the list in our line group? Because in the week of 19, I will be away to Korea to visit our Busan friends. And by that time, our class will be, most of the 5 classes will be done. And we need to have some review and then kind of discuss how we can do better next time. And so thank you for your patience. I know it's very difficult to connect to another side, especially they have no sound, and so we cannot hear their problems. All right, coming back to our line group, and you will see that I sent you a list of our group presentation. Yeah. Okay. 有气的吧，我有气的。Okay, they sent one. Sorry, yeah, based on this one, then you will notice that, today we have Estonia, Spanish, and Belgium. And next week, there will be more people. Okay, group 2, they are having the discussion and talking about cultural trends in our 20s. And so many of them are from France and Chinese, and also Polish and American. And so, there will be 4 different countries making the presentation. But one will be focusing on the cultural trends in our 20s, and another group will be talking about place and history. And it's taking place next week, okay, instead of in May, and I hope it will be okay. Are you fine with the date? Are you here? Leo, Derek, and Philip? I think they are online today. And I hope next week they know. But anyway, they have this list, and if they cannot make it, then I will talk to them. Okay. All right, so far, any questions? No? Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, please. 一共到晚的2个礼拜内。自己录，然后就是你们的照片会在上面。是你照录吗？但是就是3个一起，然后就是either take turns. Just like their presentation. Yeah, you will have, you will be working as a group, but you will have your part to do the presentation. And then you can just use one desk and one table, and then 3 of you can practice. Yeah, that's right. And also the voice. Okay. And then you can do it again if you are not satisfied. Okay. All right, so that will be all for today, and I see you next week, okay, in the class. And we will try to make the frequency of our equipment better next time.
Okay, but
one more thing from Lee.
Like she said, you're gonna have to prepare kind of small discussions for every week for every topic. Okay, sure about that.
Oh yeah,
And
next week, and there will be 2 topics. So remember to prepare 1 to 5 different slides to share. Okay, even though there will be major group making the presentation, you still need to bring out your own opinions on certain topics.
And also after you do the presentation, in 2 weeks you have to upload the video about the presentation. Okay.
Yeah, we need to save all of your files.
okay, with your PowerPoint, and then maybe you guys here.
During the presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
on the top or any corner will be fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.